Standing 171 centimetres, Henry Coles was shorter than current Magpie Rovers Jared Blair and Ben Kennedy, but he still knew how to make his presence felt on a football ground. Coles, who played 121 games for Collingwood and Melbourne, was suspended for a week after twice verbally abusing field umpire Bill Della during his 100th game. The last of David Cloke's 114 games for Collingwood was played against Melbourne in the 1989 elimination final. The sombre way to end his time as a Magpie, as the Woodsman went down by 23 points. One familiar name on the Melbourne team sheet that day was 19-year-old Luke Beveridge. Now senior coach at the Western Bulldogs, Beveridge spent 2 years at Collingwood as a development coach in 2009 and 2010. Footballers are full-time athletes these days, but it wasn't that long ago that they had to balance sport with life in the workforce. Former Magpie and Demon Stephen Pitt would know a bit about that. Pitt impressed greatly in his only year as a Magpie, kicking 14 goals as a foil for Sav Rocker in 1996 with 2 hauls of 4 goals.
Pitt in space, turns around, kicks, I think it's good.
But after just 13 games, Pitt's desire to return to the workforce was too strong, and he returned home to South Australia to resume his job as a policeman. Collingwood supporters everywhere know all about drawn finals, but few would be able to recall the drawn semi-final between Collingwood and Melbourne in 1928. The Magpies finished outright first on the ladder at the end of the home and away season, but could only manage a draw in the semi-final against the third-placed Demons. Things weren't much easier in the replay, with the Pies getting over the line by just 4 points. Can you imagine Scott Pendlebury playing in a grand final without the number 10 on his back? If he was playing in the 1958 decider, he may well have had to settle for something different. Why? The Sun newspaper published the jumper numbers of each Collingwood and Melbourne player on the morning of the 1958 grand final, directly contravening the VFL rules that stipulated only the football record could run the player jumper numbers.
A stir was created before the big game started when the league announced the changing of all players' numbers to preserve their right to this control, and I think to confuse commentators.
As a result, all players had to change their numbers for the day, all except for one man, Magpie big man Ray Gablidge, because property stewards couldn't locate another jumper big enough to fit him. Got a topic you'd like to know about? Send in your request to #DidYouKnowCFC and our team will start researching it.